Hello, welcome. This is Deacon Kirby with my middle school story, part 2. And the reason I'm doing this is because coming up, in next year, 2015, it would have been 10 years since I graduated from Andrew J. Morrison Elementary School. Anyway, a recap from last video. Like I said, starting off in middle school, I went to Triumph Christian School. That was Triumph Baptist Church, and they had a Christian school. And I started there for kindergarten, left there, and moved on to Bush Academy for first and second grade. Then when I got to Morrison, which was my third school, and I was going for third grade, I thought the school system worked like, since this was my third school, and I was in third grade, I only supposed to stay at that school for 3 years. Go to a new school for 4 years. Next school, supposed to be there for 5 years. Next school, stay there for 6 years. Seemingly, the school district don't work that way. There was a reason why my mom had us leave those schools, but Morrison was a school I had been emotionally attached to because I was there for the longest time. Let's see. I thought my school was special because it was located on 3rd and Duncannon, and if you know about the cartoon show Recess, they was called 3rd Street School because the school was on 3rd Street. So I didn't know who copied off of who, but I was like, that's awesome. My school's on 3rd Street. Anyway, went to school first day. They had the kids line up outside. That's how you line up and go to your school. So, go to your class. So they didn't know where to go. This little girl, her name was Veronica, came up to us and said, "Can I help y'all?" And she helped us find where the line was. Me and my mom was in the schoolyard. So, the way how her hair was cut, it looked like one of them young white boys, you know, how they got that shortcut hair. So my mom said, "Well, thank you, little boy." And she was like, "I'm not a boy, I'm a girl." That's embarrassing, calling a little girl a boy. Anyway, my third grade teacher, her name was Miss Poulter. And inside third grade, that's where I found my first crush. You know, sometimes you have crush of girls older than you when you're younger. But this time I had a crush, and they were the same age as me. 2 crushes. I had a lot of crushes, but I think these 2 are the top ones. And I want to say the name. One was Sasha and Ileana. I had major crush on those 2. But anyway, when I was younger, I always said I wanted 100 wives, and each of them had 1 kid, so I had 100 kids. Thinking about that now, that is possible, but I don't think it is expedient. That's like having 100 baby mamas. Who in their right mind would want 100 baby mamas? And why would you want to pay that much child support? They do it nowadays, I guess. But when the mind starts regulating and you start getting older and you start thinking straight, you said, that wasn't a smart idea. Good thing I was too shy and nervous to say anything anyway. Anyway, I had my best friend, my first best friend in school. Name was Lewis. He was a chubby Puerto Rican kid, and you know, it was in a Puerto Rican neighborhood. That's why I think I probably liked those. Those were my 2 first crush, because I was always a person that loved light-skinned girls, you know, if he was white, you know. And then I found out that Spanish girls were pretty good looking when you go to in a Hispanic neighborhood. Anyway, my first friend, he was a chubby Hispanic boy, and his name was Lewis, and he had a thing that he did all the time, and was pee on himself. Because he figured out, if you pee on yourself, they send you to the nurse, and you get to go home early. And you know what? He invited me to do that. Pee on yourself. Come on, pee on yourself so you can go home early. And I'm like, I'm not that dumb. I ain't gonna do that. My mama ever find out that I peed on myself on purpose, it'd be the last time I ever peed on myself. Anyway, the schools called on to what he was doing, and you know, one time he peed on himself at lunch, and they just made him sit there on the wall. Met a friend named Maneth. Him and his brother. Me and my brother went to the same school together. My brother was in 5th grade, I was in 3rd grade. And Maneth's older brother name was Mano, and he was in the same class as my brother. So it was like, that was so cool. The older brothers are in class together, and the younger brother in the same class together. Another friend named Orlando, and he introduced me to a lot of people at Morrison. Orlando was one of my best friends. Introduced me to a lot of people like Adramini and so many others. My sister didn't go to Morrison with us. She went to Cook, and a Cook school bus would stop right there in front of Morrison and drop the kids off and pick Cook schools up. Cook school kids up. That's a tongue twister right there. Anyway, we had to wait on the bus. You know, we was waiting in front of the school, wait for the bus for my sister to come so we could all walk home together. And sitting there supervising us while we wait for my sister was a lady named Miss Carol and Miss Barbara. Miss Carol was the white lady, Miss Barbara was the black lady. And we sit there, they would smoke their cigarettes. It was a girl that would come out there sometime named Lucy, and Miss Carol would name her Goosey Lucy, like the nursery rhyme. Miss Carol would have conniption fit because it was a lawn in front of the school, and it was like a little dirt pathway, and kids would run down there to be like a shortcut. And Miss Carol would get up, and this was before even the cartoon movie called Monster House was even thought of. Miss Carol came with this line first. She gets up off that step and yell at the kids and say, "Get off my lawn!" If you want to make Miss Carol mad, run down her lawn. She would get up and say, "Get off the lawn!" She would get real mad at that. Well, that has been my Morrison, my school story, part 2. I'm going to do part 3. I don't want this video to go too long. And I want to pick it up from 4th grade on to 8th grade. Let's see how far I can go. Catch part 3. You don't want to miss it.